on with a good description. Alright. So our session started off with our party taking stock of what just happened, and then looking at Francisco in his shiny new half-plate armor, and shift between class and alignment. He looked content for the first time in a while, and was holding on to a new holy symbol called the Gilded Hand of Axiom. You all then headed south towards Fort Una until Kaga found you. You also noticed that the dome was getting much larger and slowly taking over Una. You also reunited with Grimgrin the Mimic briefly, as he was now the entrance to Una as the welcome site. Half hour into your journey, she arrived and watched Francisco as he got undressed. With a quick whistle, she flew aboard and told Lucky where to go. You then learned about the Trial of Storm and Claw, and that it's the only way you can talk to Alias and get his signature. But first, you could spend the day and night at Fort Una and rest. Francisco was eager to test out his new abilities also, so it was a win-win. Kaga took you through a tree to the entrance of Fort Una, and you finally saw her home. And Ben was somewhat hesitant to see it all again, but for the first time in this body. As you were shown around, Kaga took you up to her home, where you saw what she had been hiding. Her home was inside a massive red oak tree, and that's where also her shadow druids called home. She had a reception area where 4 very busy elves were constantly talking into sending stones, scrying, and doing a bunch of sendings. There seemed to be about 500 or more stones that were all lined up, and all of them were being used. Also, animals of almost every variety were coming and going with messages either written down or spoken. It's a very lively place. Francisco was given a place to play, and the rest were shown Kaga's family tree. Her tree was huge, 40 feet tall and wide, and there were thousands of names upon it, starting with her at the top. But most were staring at the bottom, where they saw Ben's old name, and that Ben was married. Ben then got some more memories back. Freya was married to someone named Ella Ashmantle, and that Ella was Alias's daughter. Ben then remembered what their wife looked like, and that they have a home here. After some food, it was time for bed. Ben, Talos, and Sabryn mostly stayed near the Vardo to either read or hang out. Helga napped near Sabryn. Francisco did his own thing, and Tooth went wandering around where he found a nice tree to talk to, and they snuggled at night. That's what happened. Come morning, Kaga took you to the Moon Gate, where you had to wait until the new recruit came out before you could all go in. The druid that came out was someone you knew, Naya. She had changed a bit since you last saw her, but she was still the same fire maniac. She yelled at Kaga that her husband was a neat old man, but she passed his stupid trial. She then noticed everyone around, said hi and good luck, and that you would catch up later. Sabryn once again said that this was stupid and pointless, but everyone went through. One by one, you were given the first test, the test of truth. You're all given questions to answer to a voice in your heads, and had to answer truthfully. Most were very personal questions, and more often than not, they were deep, dark questions that even gave our party some issues answering. The only 2 that really had issues was Talos and Ben. Talos was first, and being a Warforged, it seemed Alias had issues trying to come up with questions. But after delving into his mind, he found something very disturbing. He told Talos that he is one of the most dangerous beings currently he has ever met, and that if he ever went rogue, he would find him and rip him apart. Ben, though, found out that Alias was Freya's father-in-law. Alias learned that his dead daughter-in-law was reborn as Ben. When the trial was over, you finally got to see him in his full form. He was about a 40-foot tall, and he was a massive gorilla. Think King Kong, but just a little smaller. Once the shock of his reveal was over, Sabryn yelled at him once more as they were transported to an area where a massive tornado, electrical storm, lava pit, and hurricane-force winds were waiting for you for the second part of your test, which is where we ended and where we're picking up currently. So as soon as you get over here and you see what's in front of you, Alias pretty much just starts staring at you and goes, well, This is different. I've never had to deal with 6 people here before. Wait. What did you just tell me, Sabryn? The same thing I just said in the recap twice. That this is pointless?
Oh, that this is all pointless, and I don't know why we have to prove ourselves to you for something we're inviting you to. If you should even be invited, because you're here anyways, so you probably wouldn't even come. Why are we doing this?
You see him, hunch down and sit, and, one massive paw lift up and scratch his head. Huh. I'm sorry, everyone. I have been doing this trial for so long, it's hard to forget that you're not here to become a warden for Una. You are here because you're already wardens for all of us, to an extent. My bad. You then see him stand up, look over at the middle of this, and give a massive roar. And you see 4 large elementals about his height that were not in view before step forth, nod at him, and depart. One is a massive magma elemental. The other is some sort of lightning elemental that you've seen kind of like the one that you met, but bigger. The tornado itself stops, nods, and goes away. The magma all goes away. The lightning goes away. All the wind goes away. You see him turn to you guys and go, I really, really need to listen to my own advice sometimes, I think. I've been used to dishing it out for so long. And like I said to you, Tooth, everyone does need a vacation. Let's go back to the Grove and talk. There's something I must tell you, show you. Then maybe you will understand what we protect here. Saying Moody Mouse.
I'm not going to
your
complain.
Trial ends, and you do not have to do the trial because Sabryn rolled a fucking 29. You had to hit 28, and you hit 29.
Damn. Ready.
Maybe if Francisco was still a bard, he might have been able to hit that high. Maybe. Right.
Yeah, say so.
Tooth looks at Sabryn and goes,
I just look at you and go, diplomacy, and I have no idea what I did.
Yeah. You hit the DC of the rock, the stump that you were on. That's literally all it was. Yep. So you're all back where you did the trial of truth. But this time, Alias is on the stump and you were on the ground. I have never sat up here before. I can see why most are a little discomfort, but they have to be. I will give you all one truthful answer. As you know, you cannot lie while you're standing up here. Does anyone have a question you would like to ask? I asked you a lot. Some of you asked a few back, but most of you did not. We'll start with Sabryn. Did you have anything you would like to know? Seeing as, for some reason, you broke through to me, which is hard.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if this is necessarily relevant, but why exactly are you this guy and Kaga's not anymore?
Oh, Well, there came a time when, well, she did it for, well, roughly 1,500 years, ish. I don't know the exact amount of time, because I wasn't born yet. After we met and I was born, I was born with no magic. None. I'm not a druid by birth. I was a farmer. We met, like most do. We fell in love, and, well, over time, I learned who she was and what she was, and I could tell it was taking a toll on her. I offered to take it. I am, well, the Ash Mantle itself is more of a title. For us, it's called the Ash Mantle. Others call it an avatar. I'm pretty much Lunara's avatar.
Mm.
So, she was gifted power at some point to help people survive and or deal with people who, well, went rogue. But she came to a time where she wanted family again and to deal with other things. So I was allowed to take over.
Sprint has like 50 more questions, but you can tell like immediately that she's trying really hard not to say anything else.
Yep. Anyway. Francisco. Is there anything you would like to ask her? I know you enjoy playing things by ear, but anything major?
If you're Lunarin's avatar, why the fuck am I here? Why aren't you doing this fucking job?
We were actually going to come to that, and I was going to show you something that a few only know about. Suffice to say, the Avatar, well, their job has changed over the last, 1,000 years, and I can't leave. More recently, since the Dome appeared, now I really can't leave. I will show you why. Then maybe you will understand. Tooth. Young Dwarf. Is there anything you would like to know?
Yes. Know that my mission is peace. That's the priority. What Sabryn said, diplomacy. But if the dome opens and what comes out, the threat to the people and the nature here, is there something your tribe has planned? I get the feeling there might be.
Well, like in nature, when you have an invasive species, there's only one thing you can do. But that all depends on them. We will be damage control for the most part. We will try to protect those who need it and destroy those that need it. Our first priority is the planet and the people on it. Our main issue, and the main thing we want to do, is to make sure nothing goes wrong, if said should happen. Let's just say we'll be in the middle between them and anyone trying to get to them. But if that creature Alec goes rogue, I will deal with him.
Interesting.
I'll take an insight check from all of you on that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I actually have insight now or something. I think it's better.
Dirty 20.
25.
Yeah, same, dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, you all did pretty good. Yeah, he's basically telling you they're not really here to choose sides, but they're going to make sure if anything goes bad, they're going to try and put themselves in front of both sides to try and calm them down.
Hmm.
Yeah.
With that insight, is it clear? Because I was curious about the Alec of it all there. Does it seem like he has some specific beef with Alec or some specific knowledge? Just interesting.
No, you'd be able to tell that he might be the only one who could maybe deal with him one-on-one and maybe come out not totally dead immediately. Talos. Is there anything you would like to know? Doesn't have to be about me. It could be about you. Or anything in general. You are, like I said before, hard to figure out.
I think at the moment I'm okay not knowing about me. Let's keep this simple. Will you give us your signature?
Yes. I thought at one point no, until I met you all. And, well, considering you were forced into this, mostly, you've done quite well. You haven't given up. And for that alone, yes. Usually, ones so young do not become ambassadors. Most maybe in their 50s or 100s, depending on how long-lived you are, but you've shown great promise, considering the trials you've been through already. That dome, though, is causing a slight issue for us. Not us. Her. Come with me.
As we're kind of following or whatever, I look at the quill that I have for everyone to sign the papers. I look at his giant monkey paw. I look at the quill.
I know. In your head, you just hear a "in time."
I just don't know how he's going to hold it. He's huge.
Yeah, and you'd be able to tell, like, when he's moving, there's not a lot of sound. There's not a big thump now. But as you guys move, like, he's taking you through the forest where there's no path, and the trees just move for you all. And you see, like, a couple creatures, like, that were hidden back there and all that. Just start staring at you, and, like, a couple are clapping and all that fun stuff. Oh, and then as you guys are walking, it's hard to tell where you're going because there's no route, there's no path. And he immediately goes, "Oh, right. You guys have me a little fuddled because, well, normally the trial has 2 more parts, and, well, right, we're skipping all that." And after, well, once you guys were supposed to reach the middle of that, basically it's like I wanted to see your resolve, even if you died. I wanted to see your resolve if you would jump into a open maelstrom with lots of things chasing you.
I would have jumped, for the record.
Yes.
Well,
Brandon's going
pushed
to tell you, for every 5 feet you did was 3d8 lightning damage. The closer you got, you would have had to fight fire methods, fire elementals, depending on which area you decided to go to. And when you got to the middle, it was 68 lightning every 5 feet, the closer you got. The last 20 feet was 68 lightning every 5 feet. But as a group, I had to up the damage because you'd been able to do healing in between all of you. You would also notice as soon as you got closer and closer, your magic was a little funky, and everybody was going to be rolling on the Wild Magic Surge table.
Let's go. Someone's getting a
So-
potted plant. Let's go.
It would have been a little bit fun. It would have been taken a while. The third part after all that was to survive one hit from him.
Next time someone's out, we should do a what if version and just do this fight. Just run it.
I know. Yeah, this was
Unless the person
this
out is
took a
me,
while.
in which case, don't do that. I want to do it.
Yeah. Literally, like, as soon as you finished that, you were teleported back to here, and you all had to survive one hit from him at whatever health you currently are.
Mm.
And then you were given a reward. So that he's going over the rest of the trial with you. But since
No
you're
offense, but as her avatar, you were really willing to kill her ambassadors.
Yes. But thanks to opening up your minds and me learning a bunch of stuff, I think you all would have been fine. Plus, no one truly ever dies here. I have the ability to bring you back quite quickly and quite easily. But you would have been changed in some ways, and then given a choice whether to remember what you just did, live a new life if you failed, etc. It's about 1 in 3 pass. To try.
I know you don't have to answer anything, but has anyone ever failed and then come back to try again?
Yes. They
How
need
did that
to.
go?
Usually, second time is different. They have to, depending on, well, how long they live. That's the kicker. Most druids, or not just druids, come through here. Many others, but most of the druids usually have to spend a couple hundred years before they come in here doing other things. This is their final journey, their final trial. Life is usually their main trial. If they survive
Sabryn gets
that,
final countdown stuck in her head and tries really hard not to hum it in the middle of the Avatar Woods.
it's funny.
Fails just a little.
Just a little.
I'm the bard now. It fails just a little.
So, yes. This place has not always been here. I created it a little over 500 years ago, when things were settled and we knew we had to grow somewhat for us and not just take care of everybody else on the planet. We needed to hunker down. I started this trial mainly as a test to see who could take over for me maybe one day. But she died 80 years ago. He's trying not to look at Ben.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And failing. So
I don't even try not to look.
the hunt for a
Dude,
new
that's clueless.
mantle. Yeah. Freya was going to be the next avatar. But that little wiry gnome you just that you know, she's quite young but highly powerful, and well, maybe one day. She's very new, as you know. And as long as she doesn't set things on fire as she goes through her life, it might go to her. But she has lots of trials ahead. She started off doing this trial, which is, again, strange. Anyway. Now I'm going to show you the true Emerald Grove. Move you over as you guys wander over. I couldn't find the perfect picture. But you eventually come across a stone archway. And he asks you to go through the archway before you see this picture. So, in the grove in the trees, you come across an archway like this. And he asks you to step through. This is the Emerald Grove. The tree that is, well, the heart of Lunara. And I'm going to read you, he's going to tell you a little bit about it. Hidden deep beneath the icy facade of Fort Una lies the oldest and most sacred secret in all of Lunara, the Emerald Grove. This is no mere sanctuary of trees, but the origin of all life upon the continent. The place where Lunara herself once stepped into being. At its center stands the Emerald Tree, also called the Mother of Verdance. A towering living titan of bark and brilliance, whose roots stretch through the bones of the world, and whose branches scrape the veil between planes. From the grove, the seasons shift, the winds are born, and the ley lines of Lunara pulse with breath and memory. It's not just a tree, it is Lunara, her soul, her essence, her sacrifice. Fort Una is the mask, a shield for wandering eyes, built to repel invaders and mask the faint pulse of magic from deep below. Only the highest druids and ancient orders know what lies beneath the frost, an ancient expanse of impossible greenery, protected by ancient rites and endless villages. This is basically Lunara. Or like the tree of life, basically, what I'm trying to say. And he's its guardian.
Does she talk to you?
Constantly. You get a little.
I give a knowing nod.
Yes. She's currently sleeping.
Yeah, she told us she would.
That dome. Well, I can sense a couple of you were still awake during that. So, in a week of compassion and desperation, Lunara channeled part of her essence into a, titanic spell forming the dome. The problem is, she's tied to it now. Well, her life force, ley lines, it's all the same. And can I take perception rolls from everybody, please?
$15.
Hey, 25.
Oh, net 20.
Nice.
All right, Sabryn's doing something different. Okay. Most of you notice there's at least one branch that is withered and dead. There are leaves on the ground that are dyed. The glow from inside is slowly faint, like withering a little. She's pretty much putting all her energy and life force into keeping that dome open. Well, the dome there. Alias is just going to look at you guys and go, those people inside there are slowly, they're growing, they're getting bigger, there's more of them. They had a year to, I don't know why she decided to let them, hunker down and build. That place has changed dramatically in there since you were last there. They are changing the topography. They now have mountains inside. They have rerouted a lot. All without anyone else being able to tell what's going on other than, well, you guys helping divert a little bit of water, which drained a lot. And saving, well, the Drow. But keeping that dome in place with a lot of creatures who have the ability to do a vast destruction of magic is slowly killing her. So the longer the dome's open, the sooner she dies, in essence. The fact that it's getting bigger is something she has told me she cannot change, because that's the only way she can not immediately die. So our main issue is to try and come up with a way that us and them can coexist so the dome can go away. Which is where you all come in. Now, there's only 4 other people who have seen this tree. 2 of them are dead. Cog and I are the only 2 other than you who have seen this.
Who are the dead ones?
Freya, obviously,
Yeah.
and her wife, Ella, my daughter.
Ella? I thought she ran the orphanages?
She is magical in her own way. But
You said she was dead.
Oh, sorry, Brandon screwed that up. One's dead, one's alive. 2 are alive, one's dead. Yeah. I was thinking something else.
3 are alive, one's dead.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Including him.
Okay.
Because you haven't met Ella, it's just in my head. I had, yeah. So yes. She chose a different path in life, which I'm happy for. But she is still one of us, and she's, well, from time to time, she used to be the keeper and, well, of this place when I was doing trials, because someone usually always has to keep watch, and it just wasn't for her. She preferred to have her own children in her own way, which, well, worked. But somebody still, just in case something happened to us, needed to know.
Can I make an insight check? Is he, like, bitter about the fact that she'd follow in his footsteps?
I'll
Or
take an
is he,
insight
like,
check.
glad she got away with not having to do what he's been doing? Or
I'll take an insight, absolutely.
okay, it's not bad. 23.
Okay. Druids live a long time.
Mhm.
He's still mourning.
Okay.
Freya, for the most part, for his daughter, kind of. And, like, you'd be able to tell, like, she's maybe not here and dealing with it hard too, still. But not really remorse. No, it's just more, he's still mourning. Anyway, so I do a lot more if Ben was here, but I don't feel like RPing without having pretzels here for Ben. He would be asking a lot more questions. Well, now comes the fun part. Even though you didn't technically do all 3 trials, you should be rewarded the same as the rest. I have 3 options that I give everybody. I will give you the same options, even though, well, normally I'd offer the Druid or whoever survived being hit from me. I would allow you to... Well, I would tell you to give in to your scars, allowing them to be part of you, and allow them to help you in their struggles if you ever needed to fight or something. I will gladly give you a scar to give into, if you would so choose. I would also give you a symbol of the Wardens that will allow you passage into the sacred areas of Fort Una and allow you passage anytime you need to come here. It can be any type of ceremonial blade, claw, or the Moonfang. Or you let me choose for you, and I give you a special gift that will and can cause a physical or mental change. Francisco's thinking bigger dick.
AJ's thinking, I already know which route I'm going to have to go because it's just the theme of the character now.
So, Sabryn, seeing as you opened my mind to other options, I will let you choose. I'm not telling you what the other things are, but...
We each get to choose, or one for everyone?
One
Just to
for
be sure.
everyone.
Okay.
You can each choose your own specific reward.
I really love other things choosing things for me. I really do. It's kind of my thing, but I'm gonna live probably like a really long time. And having somewhere to go back to sounds a lot nicer. So I'd pick passage, please. Especially if I need to get rid of that thing in my head.
Would you like a necklace, a ring, or a crown?
Crown! Oh, I should have said that slower. Crown sounds cool. I mean, that could match my... A crown.
I'm going to insight that.
You see him, like,
17.
with a little whistle.
Girls love crowns, okay?
Crown.
I don't care who you are, you want a crown.
You hear him whistle. And you eventually see a... roll me a d20.
Sure. 11.
You see an 11-point buck come out.
So horny.
Come right up to you and, like, do a little bow. And then shake his head and his antlers fall off. You see Alias grab both antlers. And just, like, grab both antlers in his massive hands and just attach them to your head. You now have antlers.
Neat.
They're marked, they're runic. As soon as his hands go off, you have, like, glowing blue runes around all of them. And you get the sense that you can hide them at will if you want, or keep them out.
I keep them.
Okay. You now have 11-point buck antlers.
Dope.
Good luck wearing a hat.
Who needs hats when you have a crown?
Sure. They are
11
in
people
Elvish.
can throw their hats.
Yeah,
Huh?
they're in Elvish. The runes. They just basically call you a where did I write it down? I didn't think anyone would actually choose this one. The Ash Mantle's chosen. Free passage through anything they need at Fort Una. And if you would like to participate in any of the sacred rites that any of the druids do, you will be allowed to watch and audit.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get like a schedule from Kaga later.
Nice.
I was just starting a timer to see how long it takes Sabryn to decorate them.
I know. Starts
Some
counting
Christmas
everything else.
lights, yeah, like depending on the season. Let's go. Put a hat
Mhm.
on one sideways so you can still wear both. It's fine.
Yeah, put some wind
She hasn't
chimes.
thought about it at all. Yeah. Gotta put some obsidian on there. It'll be
Baubles.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
What I thought for you is all right. Talos. I don't know what you would like.
That makes two of us.
Hmm.
I have enough scars, not that I know most of them. So I'll do without that. Let's go for the fun option. Let's have you pick.
Ooh.
That's an O I already got.
Hmm. Well, you, my friend, are interesting. You have the ability to do a lot, like I said before. Whether or not I should help you in that journey or make it more challenging. But you do have a lot going on. Come here. I don't know if this will work, but I am keen to try. He basically sits down, pulls you up into holds a paw out for you to stand on. He lifts you up 30 feet. One little claw touches the bottom of both your feet, and he inscribes something on each foot. And then he moves his hand, and you can now fly, sir.
Iron Man.
Yep. You can now fly at your walking speed.
Well, let me just check what my dexterity is. Cool. I sort of wobble for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of fall over, but I'm still hanging on my feet.
Yeah. Flight comes to many druids in different types of forms, but I'm sure you would be able to figure that out on your own, but this will allow you to help a lot more.
Just drift down.
Francisco, you have that. What would you like?
I think I've gone through enough changes. This is both
More than
Francisco
you
and
know.
AJ saying this.
More than you know.
But considering my body has changed a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with a scar.
I had a thought. Where would you like it?
Now that can be Dieter's choice.
Hmm. Would you prefer it visible?
Sure.
Hmm. How about a teardrop?
Is he in prison for murder?
I had the same thought.
This'll work. I know what I can do. Yeah, he's going to give you a scar right across an eye.
Dope.
And just you don't even see it coming, and you just feel tremendous amounts of pain, sir.
Which
Roll me
eye?
68.
Okay. 68. Oh, no, that's... I'm just going to do D&D Beyond.
Mhm.
I was grabbing D6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Plus 40.
Oof.
68 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah. 160.
I would be dead.
I know. Like I said, this is going to be after. Yeah, she's going to get something
Now,
too.
which
So
eye?
I will. I'll
You're
let
muted,
you
bud.
roleplay for. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, I'll let you choose which eye. But he would probably go for your left eye.
Blue eye.
Okay. And yeah, I'll let you roleplay Helga. I planned on that. So for 24 hours, you are not allowed to heal that, sir. You got to let it do naturally.
Okay.
Okay. When it's healed, your first attack on each round will do an extra 1d8 radiant.
Okay. I'm gonna have to make a note of that.
We can always add it to your weapon to do an extra 1d8 radiant on the first attack each round.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Thanks. Is there anything specific you would like? I could give you options if you do have a little bit of a struggle.
Yes, I appreciate the offer for passage, but I'm looking for whatever will help me help this group the most in what's to come. I'd love
Well,
options.
Like Francisco, you could give into your scar if I give you one, and that would help you in combat. I could help you with your inner rage and give you more. Or I could help you become what you already emanate. And you get like a flash of Namir in your head.
I think I'll go for a scar.
Right then. Can you roll me 6d8, please, sir?
Yes.
You're not raging, so you're taking all of it. Your other options for him was to give you one extra free rage, or I was going to turn you into a bear folk.
Ooh.
It's basically going to be the Leonin race, but flavored as a bear.
Oi. Okay, so 6d8, right?
Yep. Plus 40.
Not a bugbear?
No. Bugbear's a little different because it'd be more different, like an Ursine race. But there's no really good bear race other than especially with the racials. The Leonin was the better bet. I would just change him as a Leonin race and then put all the dwarf stuff back on. Yeah.
So I rolled 34. I take an extra 40, right?
Yeah, so 74 damage.
Yeah. Two's up. Somewhat comfortably. No, he's up, but that hurt.
Yeah.
A lot.
This is a punch. This is not a scrape like him. He's punching you full in the face.
All right.
So your nose is broken, teeth are a little bit shattered, eyeballs
I think
are
two that
probably
falls over.
Yeah. You took that like a champ, like I thought you would. So yours, just because I can, anytime you rage, and, well, still do damage, but more when you rage. Your scars are gonna almost like give you like a bear facial expression anytime you do when this attack hits. It's almost like a bear is coming out to bite, almost. And we're gonna say yours, instead of radiant damage, we're gonna have yours as extra piercing damage.
Nice.
Still on the
Okay.
first attack of each round?
First attack, yeah.
Can I manually add that to features, or do I just have to note that somewhere?
I can change it to your weapon to do an extra 1d6 piercing damage. Sorry, 1d8 piercing. I can do
Yeah,
that.
I can't figure out how to do that.
That's okay. I just have to recreate the weapon.
Got you.
Okay. Nice. So that's technically Tooth does not have to be raging for that damage
Nope.
to happen,
Still
or does
going to be
Okay.
1d8 piercing every time you slash for the first attack.
Nice.
Okay, none of you chose an ability score. I knew if Talos was going to do it, I was going to give him flight, but he could have capped everything over 20. But this works, I think, story-wise for the rest of you.
Sabryn, how do I look?
Wait, that was an option? My audio was put out. I missed that.
No, for me, had Sabryn decided a gift from him, she's going to get +2 wisdom. You were going to get +2. I had an option of either flight for you or +2 intelligence. I went with flight. Francisco could have got an extra 2 strength or an ability. I rolled to see which one I was going to give you, and you got flight.
Oh,
Yeah.
having plus 6 in intelligence is too much then.
Yeah, lots of options from a gift from him. Blindsight would have been one. Yep.
You look great, Tooth.
Good.
I think you should probably collect those teeth though. We could fix that tomorrow. Maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll put them back in for you, Tooth. Yep.
I was going to ask if we can do that. Yeah. Pick those up.
Helga.
I go to help him up as best I can with my
You and Helga
strength.
can pick them up.
Yeah.
Helga, you were not part of this group at the beginning, but you were bonded to Sabryn. And, well, you answered truthfully, even though you did yell a lot of profanity. What would you like?
So I think that Helga would take the whatever, he offered, but I feel like she would request to take the punch first, like the trial should have ended.
Okay.
To actually finish it. That feels like something she would do.
And then take a gift.
If she can survive it, she'll take the gift, because she also thinks she can survive it. But
all right, I will roll on D&D on roll 20 here, 68.
Since she's here, I think that's what she would do. Request to take it still, but
yeah, 66. She's fine.
She's fine.
She's got a lot of health.
She's 10 health left.
Okay, she's got a lot of health.
Yeah.
I got 29.
66 is 10 over mine. So.
Yeah, like Tooth, this blow though hits her right in the stomach instead of the face, and she's knocked back 20 feet. Roll me a d4, please.
You got it.
I'll let you choose just because this is for her.
1.
1. What do we get for 1? Do. 1 is blindsight, 30 feet.
Oop.
So he's going to just walk up, put his hands over her eyes, and they start to glow, and she's got 30 feet blindsight. This will help you in the dark and in the light. This will help you see things that are not there for the rest.
Perfect.
But it was also very hard to do a signature with these hands.
Intentional paw print would be fine, I think.
Well, it has been a long time since I have seen my original body. And you see him slowly turn into this little guy. He's quite old. He's covered in wounds and scars. He's about 6 foot, maybe 80 pounds. He's skin and bone. There is not a lot to Alias Ashmantle.
We could have just gotten your fingerprint.
Yes, but I think it's time for everyone to remember. Like I said, everyone needs a vacation, even me. Plus, she is with me, and since she is sleeping, nobody else can get here. I think we will be fine. His voice has not changed at all. Same voice, no matter his size. Well, it has been a long time since I wrote my own name. It's been an even longer time since I've actually seen my face in a pool of water. It's just like gonna conjure a pool of water. Beard's gotten longer. More wrinkles. Interesting. Well, you have the might of the Emerald Grove and, well, Fort Una at your disposal, if I deem it necessary. Now, let's come and celebrate and get you all rested. I also suggest that you contact everyone on both of your lists and set up a meeting somewhere neutral, if possible, sometime soon. It is time for the first meeting.
Yes, we have a location already picked.
Where?
You should know where.
Someone
You've
offered
just
a
been
tower.
inside our thoughts.
Brandon can't remember
True.
exactly if you guys chose
Someone offered
anywhere.
a tower for us to use.
Well, you've been
Wasn't
offered
it? Was it
a few
Volvo?
things.
No.
I will move you over to the map. You have been offered the Wizard Tower from Volo for Valen's list. The one for everyone else is at Lake
That was
Mead.
the theatre, wasn't it?
Yeah, Lake Mead. But you didn't say yes or no. That was just offered to you by Alafir. But you never did tell him yes or no, or tell
That's
anybody
not really
else.
neutral, though, is it? If he's on the list as well.
Well,
Alafir.
the place is empty because Lake Mead.
Oh, right.
Nobody can go there. That it was where they did all their circus acts and whatnot. But because it is no longer viable for tourists, it's now just there.
But as far as people go, he is neutral.
Yes.
I think Alathir's theater, it's empty at the moment. Somewhat neutral ground, not far, right? Yeah.
Well, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I would suggest taking the time and contacting all the people that you need to, and get a time and a date.
We're still missing one person. We don't know where he is.
He is oddly beyond my sight. He shouldn't be.
I briefly made contact. I could try again. It might leave me out of it, though, for the next 30 days. Give or take.
Well, I'm sure there's some very powerful druids here, right? I'm sure they could fix you.
Easily.
Should I try again?
Outside? Right.
I'm going to use the Cyberdyne unit, and I'll just hand Francisco an eye patch.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Talos. Yeah, look here. I think this time will go better, and I'm gonna give you guidance. So you get a D4 plus. You get a +4 on saves when you're within 10 feet of me.
Put you guys back in Una.
Speaking of people, do you happen, since you know a lot of things, do you happen to maybe know where my brother Chorus is? He got kidnapped again.
I glanced something about that in your mind. I could try, yes. Yeah.
If it's not like a whole thing, because I know there's already people looking for him, but
yes. There are places that I still can't see through. If he's in, say, a temple of another god, I am part of Lunara. So
that makes sense. Okay.
if there's a spell in there that I cannot bypass, but I will try.
That would still tell us, though.
Pardon? Yes.
That would still tell us, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he pretty much just like sits down in the ground exactly where he is and puts his hands in the dirt. This will take a minute. Talos, are you going to try and contact him again, sir?
On the off chance that it works, I want to get everyone to get together to decide on what I'm saying.
Yep.
I'll
Any
also give
ideas?
guidance too when it comes to it.
Yep.
So
what are you guys going to say to Dr.
What exactly should we?
Well, what did he say last time before he mind wiped you? Do you remember?
No.
It was get out.
Yeah, I imagine Talos doesn't remember anyway, since
I checked
as it happened. Just
yeah. Okay, he said we won't break him. So maybe start with trying to rescue you. I don't know, maybe we could lead with that this time. I don't remember what we led with last time.
I think last time we just scried on him.
probably along the lines of introductions and just simply hello.
Yeah. Trying to rescue you. Where are you? Because if we were trying to break him, we'd already know where he was. So
It seems like everybody in that group sort of hates Valen. But do we know if there's anybody that this Fate fellow liked? Like Kaga, for example.
yeah, we could ask.
We could say pretty quickly that Kaga needs him, or somebody else needs him that he
Kaga
likes.
sent us.
Yeah.
Lunara needs him.
Yeah. What if he hates the planet?
That's a good point.
Because didn't someone say that they thought he'd left it anyways? He doesn't have to stay here.
Is there anyone
Except
he
right now.
dislikes?
Probably Valen, like Tooth said, but
Could we use a villain as a bargaining chip? Come here and we'll let you.
Come here, you can punch Valen.
I was going to say it.
I'll take history rolls, please. There's a couple people that liked him.
oof, terrible.
That rolled really good.
15.
Ooh, Tooth.
Tooth with an nat 20. Let's go.
18.
The person who liked him the best and said still doesn't know where they are was Dean Helmagnus. She said he was one of the best. But also that he has his own views on things and he's not from here. He was what she called a celestial.
So, the Dean's worried about you?
The Dean needs you, yeah.
Yeah, Helen Magnus is Sent us to find you?
Okay, got like 11 more words.
We have to use all the words? Is that how the spell works?
We don't have to.
No, but it feels like
I
a
know
way to not.
Right.
Trying to rescue you. The Dean sent us to find you. Where are you? Are you in danger?
Sure, yeah.
How can we help?
Sure. Not trying to break you. You have 5 more, just tack it on the end there. That way maybe he'll realize you tried before and you're the same voice from earlier.
I don't think we'll have that. I think I've got 1 word left.
Stop.
Shall I just sign it? Else.
Sign it
Okay.
what?
Sign it with my name.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure I mentioned my name last time.
I don't see why not.
Right. Trying to rescue you. The Dean sent us to find you. Where are you? Are you in danger? How can we help? Help. And I wait for a reply.
Okay. You again. Stay. Magnus? You sound like one of his. Who are you? You can't help me. Nobody can help me. That's all you're getting.
Prepare to all that out loud.
Tell us, do you think it would help if one of us tried to, like, corroborate your story?
Maybe. What are you thinking?
Well, if he thinks that you might work for maybe the guy that originally made you, I'm guessing, if he said you sound like one of his or something.
He said I sound like one of the Deans?
No, his.
Or just his?
His or the Dean's?
His.
His.
So that could refer to Frankenstein.
I think so. Maybe hearing a non-related voice might help. I don't know. Because I don't know the spell, but if you write it down, I think I might be able to try it.
I did have it on a scroll. I gave it to Nai. If you bump into her, we can get that back. Otherwise, it'll take me a few days to write it down again.
Well, if she's still sleeping it off, we might just be able to go find her and grab it back. But either way, it's an option. I've never tried it, but I might be able to.
I might have one too. Yeah, this is a fort. You would imagine they'd have a small stockpile of message.
You've seen their entire communications area. They have.
Oh, that's right. We saw it in the house.
Yeah.
But they had the stones. Right?
Yeah.
Druids can't actually cast sending.
They had other
Usually.
people there doing sending and scrying. You did see that.
Yeah.
Not just druids. Yep.
Maybe we can get a scroll from one of them. I'm sure Kaga can tell them it's important. I'm sure she wants to find Dr. Fate as well.
Well, you guys
Maybe
are
he's in
okay,
hiding, though. It almost sounds like he's hiding more than kidnapped, right? Nobody can help him, we can't help him, but he's not like, let me go, free me. Nobody can rescue me.
It did have that feel, yes.
Yeah. At least using Dean's name worked.
Yep. Alias finally rouses from the ground. Right. Dr. Fate I never met, so I can't really help you there.
It's okay.
Your best would be seeing if Kaga can. Your message got through, so he's alive. That is important. I would suggest trying again. I would suggest only you trying again. But maybe others. Kaga would know more about him. Your brother, still alive.
Mm-hmm.
He's somewhere in the Talloncrest Mountains underground in a very, very old temple. Somewhere northeast of Brax. There was no sun. I couldn't see anything. I could just see ruins underground, like maybe an old. It was hard to tell. Not from here. Definitely not alone. There definitely has to be a way in and out, but not one I could find. But, yes, he's not the only one captured. I could sense there's more, but I couldn't see them.
Where is the Talloncrest Mountains?
I'll put you on the map again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Right here. Go. I moved me there. I didn't put you guys there. There's the problem, Brandon. Let's move everybody back over there. So, northeast Brax. So the Crest Mountains are here.
Gotcha.
Brax is here. No. So he's somewhere in this general area.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Yeah, and then the Crest Mountains, that's where Talos knows that his teleportation circle will go. And Valen destroyed somewhere like north up here. Where Francis was. Which you guys felt even in Karatul Mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody felt that.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes. Couldn't see him. He's shielded somehow, but I could sense him. Or at least sense his life force because his is similar to yours.
Well, let's go get you on your vacation.
Yes, this will be interesting for everybody, including me. Alright, well, we moved you guys maps this time and didn't move me. So he pretty much brings you right back outside the Moongate, where you run face to face with Kaga. And Kaga just looks at you guys all and goes, "You just walked in. What went wrong?"
Diplomacy!
Oh. And then she sees Alias walk through, and she just kind of like falls to the floor, knees, and just starts sobbing.
We convinced him he needed a vacation.
Right. He just like slowly walks over and picks her up, gives her a hug. These people, when they put their minds to something, they do not stop. Plus, like I said, for I think the third time with these guys, it's time for a vacation. Plus, I don't think you have anyone wanting to come through here for a while, so yes, you have me for as long as you need, until she needs me. I suggest you 6 maybe head there and we'll have a quick conversation. We'll meet you at her home. This might take a while. She's like sobbing completely. But you do realize you went in and out. There's been no time at all for you guys.
Amazing.
Which you've never seen anyone else do before, other than the Fae.
Start skipping back to the house.
Okay, perfect.
I immediately start like dancing lights, just like a like glow like in the antlers, just like, just for dramatic effect.
Yeah. As you walk into Fort Una, you do definitely see like a couple people give you a nod of respect that didn't before.
Yay.
And Tooth's battered face and Francisco's battered face and Helga's still a little doubled over. Because you guys can't heal that for 24 hours if you actually want to keep that. So you're going to be a little battered and bruised. Talos, I'm assuming you're flying, but I'll leave that up to you.
He's definitely walking, but like, that's kind of hovering.
Mm-hmm.
He goes a step and he's like, not quite.
Turn you into my perfect robot at some point, sir. All right. Well, I think that's a great time for a break. So let's go for a break as you guys wait on those two to have a private moment.
Should we level? Because you told us when we finished the trials we could level.
You can level.
Yeah!
Or it's either that or in the morning when you wake up. I'll leave it up to you guys. Now sounds more appropriate.
Yeah, or...
There's the tape.
Oh, what am I going to do?
You can still see under the eye. But, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Somehow Francisco went almost more
pirate
after going paladin.
Yeah, so some of you guys are hitting level 10 and the rest are hitting 11. And Helga's 7.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yep. I'll edit her.
Cool. Well, all right. So, as you guys are walking, where are you headed? Are you headed straight for Freya's home?
My spell save is stupid. Sorry, it went up and I got surprised.
Oh, what are you at now? 19?
21.
21 for your spell save?
Yeah.
Oh, we are with the right weapons. And stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
Okay. So what would you guys like to do? You've been told to maybe contact everyone. Pick a date and time.
If we're picking date and time, we have to also confer that with the people in the dome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, you're at the point now where you have your signatures and it's time to schedule a meeting, which you guys would know will take a while to organize. It won't be immediate.
Tomorrow.
And as a reminder, if you guys want, it is Ceres 20, so you're halfway through the month of Ceres. You're at the end of the month, on the 43rd, 44th, and 45th of Ceres. That's Harvest Festival. might be a good date. That'll
Sounds
give
good as
you
any.
20-ish days to get everyone there and finish what you guys currently have to do before the first meeting.
That sounds good to me, honestly.
Yeah, fun for me.
We can have Kaga's network send out messages.
Yeah.
And make our way to the dome.
Yeah, we have to. So what was the date?
You're world-wise and lore-wise, the Ceres 43rd, 44th, and 45th. That's Harvest Festival for all of Lunara. Yep. So it'd be a good significance. It's basically Thanksgiving.
Makes sense.
Look here, Pilgrim.
I may not already had a Thanksgiving speech already typed up 6 months ago. Because I didn't know how long it was going to take us to get to this.
Yeah, we gotta go in and let them know and also see what's going on in there because we haven't been back.
What time is it, Brandon?
Right now, you guys went in early. It's still early.
Okay.
Like, you guys felt like you were in there for a day. Between walking, talking, and all that stuff. You feel like you've been there for a day, but maybe 10 seconds. Like, basically, when you walk through the moon gate, you walked right back out through the moon gate.
Okay.
So, like, Naya doesn't have a big head start, so she would have been in front of you guys.
Yeah,
But she's
it's
flying
like
and going faster.
40 feet.
What the fuck?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's head back to Kaga. Because, like I said, she's got a network to communicate with people. So
I think that's a good idea.
we can do that right there. And honestly, we can probably even hitch a ride to Kaga to the edge of the dome.
Talos, can you do another message between now and before we go in the dome?
I could do a quick count. I could do like 5 more messages
Okay.
if needs be.
Since we're not going there, but we know some people are, do you think that you could tell Francisco's uncle-in-law northeast of Drax in the mountains, underground, old temple ruins, for where Chorus is?
I can do that.
Then he can give his people better direction, maybe. If they're not already there, I don't know, but...
I thought
Thank you.
Didn't we try to do sending to him and it failed because he has some sort of lock on himself?
I thought there was
The
one
la-
we could still get a hold of.
Annabelle.
Yep.
Is it Annabelle?
Yeah, last time you tried, you did not get a response from him. He said he was going dark. But that was a while ago-ish.
Maybe we just tell Annabelle if she's kind of keeping
about a
up with
week.
things.
Less than a week, maybe?
You would
Where is she
send
again?
one to each.
Oh wait, she was with the Drow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe try to send it to him first, and then if we don't get an answer, we could try Annabelle. That way you don't have to spend both if we get a hold of one.
I'll just condense the description to as best a description as I can as to where and who and why.
Horus kidnapped with others. Talonquest Mountains, underground, old temple ruins, northeast of Brax.
Right. Can you roll me a percentile dice, please, Talos? 50% and above, well, 51 and over, it goes through. It goes through.
Yeah.
Sir. Well, shit. I'm in the wrong spot. His kidnappers are like rats. They scatter as soon as they see you. On it. Thank you. Fuck.
I relay it word for word.
We get an image of him in the middle of, like, the ocean, and he's like, darn, I'm in the wrong spot. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I should have a talk with him when he's unkidnapped again about, like, maybe there's someone... Francisco, do you know someone that could teach him, like, how not to get kidnapped?
I mean, of course, it's the same one that we saw in the dome,
this
right?
is the second time.
I mean, he has kind of a easy mark vibe to him.
Yeah, well, he was like a farmer. He wasn't supposed to be doing this. He was the math nerd. He was the accountant.
In all seriousness, it's kind of his own fault.
Totally, yeah.
As far as teaching him not to get kidnapped, maybe he just needs to, be a better fighter.
I don't even know if he is one.
I mean, considering what he's doing, he kind of needs to be, at least a little bit.
Yeah. I'll try to. Maybe I can hire him like a bodyguard. Oh! Maybe I can get him a Helga!
There's only one of me. And you only ever want one of me.
That's probably true, but just
So
like
you're
a
not
bodyguard.
more than one.
Why don't you train him? You're pretty good.
Me?
Yeah?
I picked up the sword like 3 days ago.
Well, maybe we could all train him. But technically, like...
I don't want to train.
You
Okay, yeah, I can train him.
In order to be, like, where he currently is in, like, these, like, the society he's with, you would think they trained him to be able to, like,
would
be a
think.
scout or something, so I don't know.
Truth,
Maybe we
you
just need
can
to
happy
feed our
fight.
sense into him and send him home.
That's
Yeah,
true. I could try to do that.
stuff happens. I don't know how he got captured twice now, but
I don't
I'm
even know
happy
how
to
he
show
got
him I know.
involved in this in the first place.
Well, maybe
You
the
need-
people have a lot of magic, and he has none.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing it might have been from... I don't remember my sister's name. Kit, right? Because she married in. If she married in and then he saw it and was like, I could help. And then he tried to help, and then he keeps getting kidnapped. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the... Although I guess it's possible technically he tried to join and then at like a work party or something, Kit met what's-his-face and then they got married. But it could go either way, really, I guess.
Maybe you just need to have a good sisterly talk with him.
You mean tell our mom that he keeps getting kidnapped?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's probably... Yeah. Maybe both. We'll do probably both.
Maybe it's fair to say that life on the road isn't for everybody. It's kind of get rough.
Mm-hmm. I've been learning a lot about life on the road. It's literally my subclass.
You've taken to it very, very well, but maybe it doesn't run in the family exactly.
No.
The right way to say it.
No, it definitely doesn't. They should be farmers. But it is what it is, and I guess there's nothing to farm right now anyways, so maybe when the dust
Helga's
clears,
also-
he'll go back.
Oh wait, never mind. Brandon remembered something, but none of you guys would know because you didn't actually hear her last name. That was a one-on-one.
With Helga?
No, in the trial. He said your actual last name out loud.
Oh,
but these guys
yeah,
weren't
he
here
did.
to actually listen
Yeah.
to it, to hear it.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was going to have to bring up a document. Now I don't need to. So yeah, at some point you guys all get back to Kaga's home, where a whole bunch of things are still going on. By the time you guys get there, it was still at least a 20-minute walk. You notice a few things have changed. For one, it looks like maybe Kaga's put word ahead that the Ash Mantle is coming, but it looks like this place is trying to put like a celebration ready. Yeah, they're like they're in the middle of decorating this entire place quickly. This place is quite busy. But most are just like ignoring you guys completely, other than Sabryn, who they see antlers now glowing and are giving you bows of respect, but like hurrying along doing stuff at the same time.
I immediately go to start helping. Okay. I love a decoration. I put some on my horns. It's fine.
Yeah.
I stopped my timer.
Pardon, sorry?
I stopped my timer of how long it takes for her to decorate her antlers.
Nice.
Well, I did put the dancing lights on it when we were walking here, if that counts.
True. But yeah, like they're in the middle of like organizing things. Like animals are helping, trees are helping. This whole place is alive, getting this place ready for the Ash Mantle visiting for the first time in a very long time. But does anyone want to go to the tree to continue to contact people, or what would you like to do? Sabryn's helping. So.
Yeah, I mean, we have a list of all the people who needs to be contacted.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably contact what's his face, the singer dude, first. Yeah, Alethir. And I mean, like, we need your venue at, for the Harvest Festival, and then get okay and have the contacts go out. As per Francisco.
It's per Francisco.
Yeah, that's what the secretary notes will end with on the sendings. Dictated by Francisco. Dictated, but not read.
I need to bring up a list of people here. Alright. So the one secretary I say, but she is a Druid. You'd be able to tell if she's in the middle of talking. Like as soon as you come up, she just like puts one hand up, one finger, just like 1 second, please. Hi, can I help you?
Yeah, we got messages to send.
How many and to who? If I do not know them, it might take a while.
I'll
Pictures
copy out. I'll copy out a quick list. I don't have minor image anymore, so I can't do that. Like those people right there. We need the Alethir first.
I don't know that person.
Talos.
Mm-hmm.
We call Alethir and tell him we need his venue on the Harvest Festival.
You know how to do sendings? You are arcane of some sort? I would assume because of all of you.
Yes.
Right. Oh, right, I know who you are. She's just gonna like snap her fingers and you're gonna have someone walk over with a like box for you. And roll me a d20.
D20.
Oh, which one? Yeah.
Good. I'm going to roll as a person. My computer's lagging.
Yeah, that's fine.
11.
You have 11 sending scrolls, sir.
Ooh.
If you need more, I'm running low, but I do have someone full-time on just inscribing that day by day by day. They hate their job, but it's still a job. Oh, I'm Sage, by the way. Pleasure.
I'll go shake hands.
I can
If she's got one for you.
2 on this.
If you
Haga,
need
obviously.
visuals, I can supply visuals of most on that list.
Well, I can't help you with. I don't know. Yeah, I can do. Well, Kaga and Volo.
Well, we don't need Kaga.
A couple of us, so I can do Volo for you.
Yeah, I can call Kaga. She'll be here in 20 minutes, but I'll call her anyway.
Yeah. No, she's going to pass the lister down, and everyone's going to look at it and go, nope.
Fair enough.
I guess it's up to me
also
then.
if any of these people on the list have the ability to do it themselves, make them help you.
Yeah, thanks for your doing.
So who are you contacting first, and what are you saying?
Well,
Alether, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Alether. And like I said, that should just be. We need your venue on the Harvest Festival. Maybe you can perform like you asked. Maybe.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
I don't know what y'all are thinking. That was 16 words.
I'm gonna suggest that Helga's probably with Sabryn. She wouldn't have came with you guys.
Yeah, I need her to help me reach high things.
Ben's probably outside helping too, so it's just you 3 in here.
Is there any group? How nearby is the dome at this very moment?
From where you guys currently are, not close to here. I'll put you back on the map. So the dome itself. So you guys are technically way down here where I have the party token. The dome is slowly like right about here in Yuna. So it's not like it doesn't like completely take over the plains yet, but it's almost. So just picture like a big dome on there. So it's taking over some of New Hope. It's taking over some of here. It's slowly starting to spread over here. You still have a little bit of the plains left over here, but it is slowly starting to expand day by day.
Gotcha. Yeah, Tooth is going to be, he's going to say, I'm not really good at these messages. I think I've screwed it up before. All right. He's going to go help out Sabryn and Helga.
Okay. Wish I could do a... This might be better.
Talos would start trying correcting your grammar, but give up realizing how short messages.
Yes. Okay. Hang on a second here.
I think you guys got it.
Okay. Let me... It's a little too big. That's roughly right. of what the dome is currently.
Scary.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It started at about that.
Will people know what is meant by meeting will take place at circus?
I mean, that's what they were signing for, right?
We got people to sign before we knew this was an option. Plus, we've not confirmed with the person who offered.
Fair.
I have a few more scrolls here than I thought I would. If we need to call someone back, it might be an option. And that I reckon we be strategic with who we call.
Yep.
Getting people
So
who
also
will work
remember
with us.
Yeah, you also have, so you have two lists. Did you want to do the lens list first or the other list, I would assume first? You don't have, there's still other like names on there. You have the names of 4 merchant heads. You have Greybeard. You have the mayor of Port Hope on there. So there's quite a lot.
Those are probably the people that the druids would know, be able to message, right?
Probably for them, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Brandon forgot. They would. I'm just thinking like the 4 people there. They are. It's more Kaga's network. Greybeard, they could probably do. The mayor, they could do. Some of the merchant heads, they probably have never met, but they know the name of the person. So between that, they could probably do some for you. But merchant heads change left, right, and center. So whether or not it's still the same people, you would be able to figure out if you called Greybeard, he'd be able to tell the merchant heads.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. The mayor would be able to just do the mayor. But he does have Alathier in Port Hope, so you could contact Alathier and tell him to tell the mayor. Yeah. As I would like Kaga's Valen's list, that's a completely different spot. So yeah. That's why Brandon brought up the wrong list. It's like Volo. It's like, nope, that's the Arcane Brotherhood. We're not doing that one, Brandon. But yeah. So I just basically want you to tell me what you exactly want to say to the people you want to contact. The one for Alathier. So can we use your place, this date, this time? That's your general. Perfect. Yep. So your answer from Volo is pretty much rock on. I will see you guys there in 20-ish days. I'll come up with something fun.
Volo or Alathier?
Alathier.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said Volo, and I was like, Volo said rock on.
No. You guys are. I was doing the wrong list. I was doing the Brotherhood list. You're doing the actual other list. Yeah. Alathier is on both those lists. But yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a few people on both lists. Some people only wrote their name on one. Yeah. So that's your response from Alathier.
So we have the venue booked.
You also
notice,
have
too.
not contacted anyone inside the dome to make sure it's okay with them.
We can't until we get inside the dome.
Yeah?
We have.
Oh, we have?
We've been able to call...
Puck?
You have a sending
Puck.
stone to Puck. It's just that sending stone has been used by a couple different people.
Well, let's do that too.
Well,
I forgot about that.
We had Tooth had it to talk to someone, right?
You were given one that you originally was given to Dora.
Yeah.
But
I think Tooth still has that in his position.
Yes. The last, you've had Puck answer it once, and you've had Abigail answer it once.
Right.
And I think maybe Morgan once.
Yeah. Yeah, let's call them. Let's say next time. Be like, hey, 20 days. What's up, bruh?
Yeah, because we asked Morgan about Bolo.
While these guys are doing this, Sabryn and Tooth, because you're now outside helping, the town itself, well, fort itself, gets like, it looks like they have party stuff here for lots of different parties, so they get this thing done like quickly. It's not like perfect, but like the whole entrance, and they basically have everybody lined up and like banquets brought out. This is quicker than you thought. And there's definitely more people here than you suspected the first time. Either they came here somehow, or you just didn't see them. Maybe there's underground. Hard to tell. But there's at least 5,000 walking around, almost double what you've seen the first time. And they start doing like druidic chants, lots of magic fireworks. This whole place is exploding as Kaga and Alias walk in hand in hand through the front door. He gives a speech, like Brandon didn't come up with one because I didn't think we were going to get to hear. But it's pretty much a thank you, everyone. It has been some time, and well, I see a lot of new faces. A lot of new faces. And for that, I am sorry. I don't get a chance to meet all of you, but I do get reports from Kaga. She's doing a tremendous job. But you have me for a little bit, so eat, drink, be merry, and I will try to get to know you as best I can. That's the gist of it. Because this is his first time here in a long time. He doesn't know half these people, more than half these people. He sees like maybe one person in every other generation that tries to be a ward. Yeah. So it's a lot of, he's pretty much doing like a celebrity would meet and greet, sign some stuff. Like he's going through and meeting everybody. Kaga is pretty much just like, at some point she'll come over to you guys and go, shit. What the hell did you guys say to him? I did not suspect this. I am grateful and, well, grateful. So, what do you guys have planned next? I know you have a busy schedule ahead of you.
We got people to call. We're gonna try to set up the grand meeting in 20 days.
Oh.
And
Harvest Festival. Nice.
we might need to ask you if we can hitch a ride to the edge of the dome.
I think we're going in.
Oh, if you sat here for 20 days, it would already be here. I'll see if Alias can maybe have her pause that for a bit and do what she can. But I can't guarantee it. As you, I have been told, are aware of things not many people are aware of. So try to keep that to yourselves, please. That knowledge falling into the wrong hands could be very, very, very dangerous. But I think you're up to the challenge. Oh, she's a little frazzled. You'd be able to tell that. Now, can I have perception rolls, please? I'm sorry, who, you guys would have contacted Puck before this. What would you like to say to Puck?
When and where the meeting's happening.
Okay.
That the meeting's happening.
And that we're going to be on our way in.
Soon. Okay. Your answer is quick. Right. I'll let her know. I'll get an answer to you ASAP. And, oh, yeah, right. Hi, guys. Maybe has been a bit for him inside. It's hard to tell. So, while you guys are talking to Kaga and Alias is going, I would assume you guys all eventually meet back up. We don't have to contact every single person, but suffice to say, there's enough people that now know where to go and what the plan is. You guys can do between all of you, you'll be able to figure out where you want to meet for the lens part, but the main one is the meeting. As Alias is walking around giving handshakes and all that, you guys all sense and feel like a little pop right in front of you. And an alarm goes off in Fort Una. And standing in front of you, wearing a necklace that you guys left, is Puck. And 5,000 druids, warriors, mages all converge on you. And even Kaga turns into a massive creature that you're not too sure what it is. You've never seen something like this before.
Okay.
Wait.
Goes, shit.
I'm going to scream out with the Ring of the Orator, which I still have, to stop. He's friendly.
You don't see anyone. They stop moving immediately, and like Kaga just like puts some sort of claw or paw on the ground, shifts back into her form, and goes, "Puck, I told you before. Contact me first." And she just like puts up a hand, and everybody calms down. Now, you should not have been able to get here, Puck. There's magics. He just puts a hand up and goes, "My queen wished for me to be here, and so I am. It was not my idea, Kaga." Can I have a perception roll, please? Or actually, insight.
Natural 1. I'm surveying the scene.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. People.
Yeah.
Sabryn, you're the only one who really catches. This is a different Puck than you've seen before. This is Puck in his natural form. He is formal. He is not joking around. He is not. You're not sensing feelings, thoughts. He is hard to read, and for once since you guys have seen him, he's actually doing his job.
It does still seem like Puck.
It is still Puck.
Okay.
But all
it's a more serious version.
Business mode Puck.
This is business Puck.
Yeah.
And it's a scary Puck. Ish.
Did something go wrong?
Puck.
Puck.
I apologize. I was in the middle of telling her what was going on, and, well, she wanted an update that was more than 25 words at a time. So, well, she sent me this. Who would like to read the greeting from Queen Titania?
As their character, or?
Just, she's handing you a note. And just so Brandon doesn't have to do it, he's going to hand it to one of you guys because you are the ambassadors. He is not handing it to Kaga.
That's fair.
Joe would read it, but Tooth is not going to read it.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I'll grab it if Francisco doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, Francisco will. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I am going to copy and paste this in Discord so everyone can have it. But I will let you read it.
Even if Francisco does read it, I'm immediately over his shoulder trying to read it.
Okay. I put it in our Discord.
Yep. Greetings, one and all. I'm Queen Titania of the Select Court, and I wanted to thank those responsible for allowing us onto your world. I will do my utmost to keep the peace between us. That being said, we have had our own issues inside this dome, mainly the dome itself. It is causing a lot of turmoil between the courts and the courtless. I also need to inform you that the Unsullied Court has had a new queen arise since we arrived.
It basically details what happened to Dora that you guys already saw. You were the only ones who
Yep.
know what happened. Yep.
So it explains that. Cool. None of us saw this coming, and the toil of the power she now possesses is slowly turning Dora into Mab. We have been trying to keep her alone and safe, but the power of my sister is taking over. Soon, there will be no Dora left, only Mab. We also have no idea of who or what took her, and have been unable to contact or even feel her old presence. I know this is our problem, but she should not have been lost her place. She should not have been given this burden, and I felt it was necessary to inform you of what you might face when you get here. Morgan has been doing the majority of her responsibilities as queen, but all those that serve her are getting restless. They want out of this dome, and since they do not belong to me, I am not allowed by our law to interfere. Please let me know when and where I can meet the ambassadors Puck has told me much about, as well as any of your leaders that wish to talk.
So, I am currently her emissary or hostage. That is up to you. I'm not allowed to tell you any more until we sit down. Only that I'm here at her behalf, and, well, only hers right now, until we can ascertain the when and the where. We have had our struggles in there, and trying to keep everybody who came through safe and unharmed has been a challenge even for us. We have had to put down 2 rebellions already. Seems that we brought in more than we could handle, but we will deal with what we can. I have a feeling that's why your dome is expanding, is because some are trying to push the boundaries of getting out. Mainly the courtless. But we're doing our best.
We should talk, but this is a celebration and not where you're supposed to be. So we should talk
As I said,
outside.
apologies. She wished me to be here. There was nothing I could do. She doesn't do that often, but celebrate.
Look here.
What's happening? I do enjoy a good celebration, but I do agree this is not for me.
To the archway, I think.
We have people to contact to tell them the date we're planning on in 20 days, like we told you. So if you want to wait a little bit for us to contact these people, can you get us quickly back into the dome back with you?
We were coming to visit. That was the next plan, but
Right. I don't know how long she's going to keep me out here for, and like as soon as he starts talking, he's gone again.
well, that's
Pulled right in. Like within seconds, you get a. I will contact you as soon as I can. Let me know where you're coming in, and I will try to clear a path for you. But thank you, and good luck. Keep me informed. I will keep her informed. That is a good date and time.
Okay. Let's get these people called.
And let's get this celebration back on board.
Yeah. You pretty much have like 5,000 people go, celebration time,
Yeah.
come on. Alright. So yeah, within like as soon as Puck's gone and like the alarm goes off, Kaga just shakes her head and goes, like I said, powerful creatures inside. He should not have been able to get through, and wish spells are hard to come across, but those who have them should not use them just as a messenger. Right. But
To be fair,
no,
can we give him a bracelet?
necklace.
Necklace.
You have 10
Sweet.
necklaces you have never handed out.
Yeah, we have a bunch.
They have 2. But it did
We
look
have
like
12
you had
hall
one on.
passes.
Yeah, you have 10. They have 2. They kept 2. Morgan and Puck each kept 1.
We have 10 hall passes.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yep. Well, at least he's not here to spoil a bunch of things. I'm gonna go get this party started and calm everybody down. Did you guys want to stay, or did you want to? I know you have lots of other things, but what's next for you? You did want to go into the dome? Yes?
Yeah, we need to.
Okay. Did you want to do that today? You look a little rough.
I mean, I could sit for a couple hours. Probably feel a little bit better.
I'm ready to go.
You could also... Your other option is to hop in your Vardo and just go there naturally. It would take a couple days for you to get there. Or you wait a day and I can get you there quicker. It's up to you.
Let's wait
I
a
just
day.
don't know if you want to go in looking like that.
All right, if you guys need the rest.
Yeah, you know, I am really tired from all that trialing and stuff. I think, you know, for me, I would appreciate it if we waited until at least tomorrow.
Tooth's gonna look at Helga and say, "For Sabryn, then get some rest."
I would assume at some point if we had Ben, I'm going to make Ben say this. We could go to my home.
Sure.
My old home. Not really my home. See if anyone's there, and like Kaga just looks and goes, "She's not there." We've kept the home open, but she has not been back there in a while. But please, feel free. Reminisce. If you need me, I'll be around here somewhere. But you guys did good. But yes, heal. Please heal. You look horrible. I will have somebody send food because I don't think there's been any in there for a while. Ignore the critters that are inside. They're there just keeping the place clean. So Freya's home is quite humble. A circular garden surrounds the home that has been made only out of wood. It's pretty much like a larger log cabin.
So you're saying it's Humblewood?
It's kind of, yes, it's Humblewood. A small kitchen with fire pit rather than a stove or a fireplace. 2 stumps for chairs and a homemade table that looks like it's quite used. The living room is, well, living. A variety of birds, small critters, and shrubs adorn the room. Flowers and plants are scattered everywhere, and they seem to be tended to by animals inside. The bedroom finally looks like a normal bedroom. A large 4-poster bed with woven curtains is in the center of the room, as if it's the focal point. Scattered around every other wall are pictures, some magical, some drawn. Most look to be drawn by children. There are thousands of them. The bed looks like it hasn't been used in a long time. The closets are only half filled. And I'm going to assume at some point Ben will go around and take a look. And you'd be able to tell that only Freya's clothes are there. Ella's are all gone. Can I have someone roll me what's your passive perception, Tooth? 20.
Passive perception is 15.
Talos, sorry. Time at Talos, sorry.
Yeah, passive
It goes
perception is
just
21.
21.
Passive investigation is 23, if that makes a difference.
Okay, the investigation would probably do it. At some point, you'd be able to tell Ben's looking for something. And eventually, with your help, you find a hidden lever on the side of the tent.
Oh, the lever crank!
Inside is Freya's workshop. Well, armory. It is bigger than the house. It also goes downstairs. Bows, arrows, swords, knives, staves, leather outfits mostly, necklaces, rings, jewels, lots of jewels, diamonds. And on the top of one of the workbenches is a note. Ben walks over to the note and picks it up. It is the very last note Freya ever got from Dean Helen Magnus to come to the sanctuary.
Above table, have we heard how Freya died? We have, right?
Freya died fighting Talos. Talos didn't.
Right,
they
OG
killed each other.
Talos.
Yeah.
OG Talos.
That's what I thought. I couldn't remember.
So it looks like
Although
after that happened,
falling roof.
yeah, this place hasn't been touched since. Or maybe soon after. Yeah. There's no dust, but it looks like maybe Ella couldn't handle that, and it's hard to tell, but yeah, the house was pretty much abandoned at some point after the grieving went, or just couldn't take it. It's hard to tell. Every single thing in here is magical. Everything.
It's what?
Yes, Francisco?
I totally want to look around this armory because AJ has this feeling anything, but I want to see if there's a matching sword to this scabbard.
There are scimitars here, but what would you like to do? It's hard to tell without Ben here. But yeah, give me a quick investigation roll.
Yeah, I guess investigation. Hey, that's a good roll. What is my investigation? There you go. That is a 18.
18's enough to be able to tell some of the scimitars would fit, but they don't look the same as the Bob's original sword. No.
Okay.
Not here.
Okay.
But like Freya's, Ben would be at some point probably going through most of it, and I will let Ben decide whether or not anything leaves this place. I have not created the list yet because I don't know what Ben's options were. Or if they wanted to come here, but it works for me because this is a good place for you guys to R&R on your own.
Yeah.
But it's just more, you'd be able to tell Ben's reminiscing about a previous life they didn't know they had.
And this is where the magic happened.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why it's in the center of the room, sir.
I like the mirror there, Ben. Pointing up at the big mirror on the ceiling.
Made it myself. Yeah. So I think that is a good place to end, and we'll pick up there next session. It's a little early, but it feels like a fitting spot for you guys to R&R in Ben's old house.
And long rest.
And long rest, level up, all that fun jazz.
If we're marking the long rest off now, it might be worth saying, let's see, I still have 5 more sendings I could do without using scrolls.
Yep.
Just like, okay, this is people we know we definitely need to talk to. That might be awkward to get to otherwise. Just say, yep.
Okay. Are you doing anyone from Phelan's list?
No, this would all be about ambassadors
Okay.
rather than.
Perfect.
If we did anyone from Valen's list, I would say it'd have to just be Valen saying, "Hey, we got everyone except this dude. We've tried twice. He won't return our calls."
We'll probably try a third time.
Yeah, just wasn't too sure if you wanted to try and set a place for them to do, because there's been a few people that suggested other things. So you really haven't really workshopped where to go for them yet.
Well, actually, I can do a sick. If I do a rest, I'll rest and do the sick cost of Len saying, "Hey, we found everyone but this guy."
For them, like, if this immediately goes badly, then we don't need the Overwatch because we're already in war. So I don't know that there's any point to setting up an Overwatch before the meeting to see if there is a meeting.
That and,
some of them are going to be there for that meeting too.
Yeah,
so.
double signed. Yeah,
and almost everybody. Volo was, I think, the only one who didn't sign that one. He signed Valen's, but not the one to join here because he's dedicated to the Drow. He doesn't care about the people in the dome.
So if we're long resting and everything, given that it's morning now, and we're waiting until tomorrow anyway, like literally, almost a full 24 hours, right?
Yeah, because it's early here by the time you guys come in, so you're going to be spending the day here.
So, how long can I mark off for my book?
Oh,
so I actually don't.
You'd have 8 hours. 8? Yeah.
Okay.
Between talking and like doing everything and like getting to know people and stuff, I would assume in between 6 and 8 hours you'd have time for you. And by the time you guys wake up in the morning, your scars have healed. So we'll still.
And what?
By the time you all wake up in the morning, because you guys got your scars early in the morning, you can still take the long rest and everything. So you'd be attuned to your scars and shit. And I will change your weapons or something.